Hello, and welcome back is probably what you should be saying to me this time. It's been a while. It's been a full year since I last recorded and published a YouTube video. I think technically last November maybe, but it's definitely been a while. I'm going to chat a little bit in the beginning about where I've been and what's coming next, but if you're new to the channel, I'm Dr. Ruckus. You can skip to the gameplay. We're just playing mono red. I haven't played Magic in a long time, so I just picked up the easiest deck I could find, and I'm trying to relearn everything, so feel free to skip ahead. If you want to know where I've been and what's coming up next, I'll talk a little bit. I won't belabor it too much if I can, because I'm not a super dramatic person, but essentially I disappeared a year ago because of work. I just had to work. November and December were pretty stressful work-wise, so much so that I stopped filming Magic the Gathering videos completely, and I also stopped working out, which you don't know me, but if you think quitting Magic the Gathering is a big deal, not working out is much bigger, because I've worked out every day for a really long time. So it was stressful enough at work that I gave up a lot of other things in my life that bring me joy and kind of filled out my life. So that happened November and December, and then quite honestly, it just slipped from there. Had to go home for Christmas. Which knocks out 2 weeks unless I take all my filming equipment with me, or I film a bunch of videos ahead of time. And then I came back, then I moved apartments, which is a whole deal. And then my computer broke, and that took 3 weeks to fix. And then I got COVID. So it kind of just kept slipping and slipping. And the reality is, if I wanted to record a video every day, I would have done it. Like, I would have figured it out. Like, you can always make things happen if you want to, but clearly it wasn't a high enough priority for me to figure that out on top of the other things that were going on. And then I think I just wasn't that excited about the next sets to jump back in. I think the next one in February 9th was the murder at Karlov Manor, and that concept just did not strike me. I mean, I really started to get into Magic around Throne of Eldraine. That's, got giants and wizards and fairies, and it's just very epic to me as an introduction to Magic. And Embercleave, right? One of my first games ever was up against Embercleave, and I had the Great Henge, and I lost, and I was like, what the heck? This is crazy. And then, yeah, Murder of Karlov Manor just did not strike me. And then after that was, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which also didn't really feel like Magic to me. So I didn't get back in then. At that point, we're like, 6 months, 9 months out. It just didn't really happen. And then Bloomburrow, I could have jumped back in, but was going through some things at the time in my personal life, and it didn't really work out then either. So anyway, that's what happened. It's not super dramatic. I just got busy with work, and then I just never really got back into it. But I'm back, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm back for the long haul this time. If I disappear again, I will let you know, and it will be because I'm quitting for good. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm back for the long haul. In terms of what's coming next, it's going to be hard for a bit. If you've ever gotten out of shape and had to start working out again, it kind of sucks. You're fat and you're slow and you're out of breath, and it doesn't feel good. And that's kind of where I'm at with Magic. I haven't seen any of the new sets from the last year. I haven't played or developed my skills in a year. So this next month will in part be spent catching up. You probably won't see too many new decks because I just need to relearn the meta. I just need to understand what's going on. I need to develop a base before I can start building on it. My entire database of, the opponent has red and blue open. What could they possibly have? Oh, there are 3 possible cards that could play here. Like, all of that's gone because I don't know what any of the new cards are. So I have to rebuild that. And also, I don't have a data bank of exciting cards I saw released over the past year. We're like, oh, it wasn't that good at the time, but it could fit into this new deck. Like, none of that exists. So I have to rebuild all that. So I expect the next month of standard gameplay to be pretty basic. I just need to get back into the swing of things, and it might be more fun for you. Like, as it's always hard to figure out what kind of audience I have. Some of you are, uber mega nerds and know everything, and you don't need me to explain anything. But for those of you who are newer, you'll get to see me struggle through some things and learn things from scratch. So that could be entertaining to you. The other things that'll be happening is I'm taking some time off of work right now, so I actually have more free time. So I will be approaching the channel with some curiosity and lightheartedness, and trying out some different things. Expect some probably brawl videos in here. Maybe even limited. Expect videos of different lengths and sizes. I might even try, with some frequency, I would get comments asking if I would make ASMR Magic videos, and I don't know about that, but I have thought about just reading the lore, like maybe spend 15-30 minutes just reading the Magic the Gathering lore as like a bedtime story type thing. I wouldn't overpopulate this channel with that. I put a couple videos out, and if people like it, maybe I'd split off the channel so it doesn't clog up the feed, but I'll just be trying out some different things. So the next month we'll be figuring out standard and also playing around with some different stuff, and then I think by the time I hit November I should be back in shape as far as Magic the Gathering is concerned, and you can expect the same quality of Dr. Ruckus videos from then on out. also probably should make a run at #1 Mythic again, because that was one of my favorite moments of the channel, probably right before I had to quit in November, was making that epic run for like, it was like 10 hours one day and 16 hours the next day, and I only got to #2 Mythic, but that was super fun. So lots of fun things to try, and I'll be experimenting with stuff over the next couple months. There'll be one more thing going on in the background. When I started the channel, I knew that the whole daily video thing was not going to be where I shined the most. I mean, there's a lot of runway for me to run in that, but there are other things I'm interested in doing with Magic. And so I wrote out a document when I started the channel, and it includes 3 of what I would call unbeatable premises. Videos that are so good that you have to watch them no matter what, and would blow everything else out of the water. And so the first one was, could I write a piece of code that would play and optimize Magic the Gathering decks for you? So I took like 2 to 3 months off Google, wrote that. It was very hard and quite frankly exhausting, and I was pretty burned out by the end of it, but I produced that video, and yeah, I did pretty well. It was very cool. To those of you who have ever asked over the past year if I'm going to do it again, probably not in the immediate future. It just takes so much effort to do. And if I really wanted to do more of it, I'd probably want to like outsource it to some cheap engineers in India or something. But then at that point, I'm an engineering manager in my free time and not a Magic the Gathering player. So it's probably not what I want to do. But that was the first, what I would call unbeatable premises, because it's such, you have to watch that video. If someone out there can help you improve your decks, either because you want to win more or you want to pull off your Timmy combo more consistently, whatever it is, it's just so exciting to think that someone out there could help that you have to watch that video. So that's why I call it an unbeatable premise. And so in November and December, I plan to start working on what I think would be the second unbeatable premise that I outlined in my original doc when I started the channel. It's totally different. It's gonna push me in a lot of directions I haven't been pushed before. It could flop, but I think it will be very good. The first video, the engineering video, I thought would get, 100,000 plus views. This second genre of videos, I don't know, 200,000 plus, 500,000 plus, 1 million plus. And it should be much more repeatable and sustainable than the first one. So I'm excited to try that out. It could fail. My plan is to start developing that format of video in November and December, and then hopefully start publishing in January. And if it works, I'll probably take the ball and run with it. If not, we'll do something else. And then there is a third, what I would call unbeatable premise that I outlined in my doc, which I won't share, but that's like 3 to 5 years out. That would take a lot of resources to put together and would be epic, I think, as far as videos are concerned, but it takes a lot. So that's where we're at. We're getting back to the swing of things. I got to relearn how to play Magic. I got to relearn the meta. I got to learn the cards from the past year, and I'm going to be playing around with things for the next couple months. But yeah, I've missed this. I've recorded this intro after playing the videos you're about to see, and it was a little bit daunting to start, but it's fun. It's a fun game, and it feels good to be back. So yeah, like and subscribe, all that stuff. Enjoy the video. Let's dive right in. On the draw, no removal, but we're in bronze, right? This should be fine. First game of Magic in a year, basically. Let's see how this goes. Okay, what does this do? Oh, Fabled Passage. It's been a while since Fabled Passage was in. I feel like that came out with, I don't know, Throne of Eldraine way back. I don't know which set. I guess it's a Bloomburrow card. Different artwork. Plan black. Some kind of black monocolor. Or you need it in the graveyard for graveyard shenanigans. Horror. Cavern of Souls. Is that a 5-mana card? What does this do? Impending. I don't know what impending does. 5 time counters. Alright. Mill a card, enters or attacks, mill 4, then return a non-avatar creature card or planeswalker card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh god. Alright, so what is Ruthless Negotiate? This was milled? It's got flashback. There's so much. Oh my god. I feel like a noob. Okay. The haste flyer or the prowess. I mean, we have plenty of land. Maybe we have too much land. Let's get this guy down. Haste and prowess. This is also effectively a 3/3. This is a 3/2. And they have no creatures, so I'm okay playing the challenger. Plus maybe we hit another playable. So we're already at 3 time counters. At the beginning of your end step, remove a time counter. Alright, we got time still. Dude's got 3 cards open here. We're probably gonna just play it all out. Attack. I guess it doesn't super matter where we target the rage, right? Because we're not gonna be able to play anything. Alright, well it's not going there. So otherwise, I suppose we put it on the flyer, maybe? case we need that guy to be a bit bigger. This thing dies regardless, but targeting it I don't think helps because we have no more mana and we already played land for turn. Opponent's down to 8. We got 3 lands in hand, we have no card draw. This thing does not have flying, by the way. This thing does, and they get to look at our land hand. Mouse, otter, raccoon, lizard. Not birds, though. The Ruckus in the house for the first game. I guess we gotta play that. Does he give trample? Menace. I guess we can distribute it a little bit. Keep 2 solid threats here. Alright, so we got 1 menace, we got 1 flyer. Block the flyer here. Take 3. I don't know, is there a widely played black sweeper? I have no idea. 4th land. Could be sweeper time. Is there a 4-mana black sweeper in the format that people play? I don't even know what cards rotated. Was that September? I honestly don't even know. But I don't think there was a 4-mana sweeper last year. Oh, Frillback. He's got what? Gain life or destroy artifact? Probably take the life here. But we got menace and flying. So almost any card that's not a land off the top feels like victory. Gain 4 life, right? What are you doing? You would destroy an artifact? You probably just take the 4 life here. I mean, it's very likely we win this coming turn. All right. First game in a year. Starting in bronze tier 4. Let's go. So we're on the draw. No removal in bronze with no 1-drop creature. It's okay. I mean, I think you still keep this, maybe? At some point, it gets so competitive that maybe you're like, screw it, I need the 1-drop or I need removal to survive on the draw, but we'll see how far this gets us. We didn't hit the 1-drop creature, so we're in the same position. Opponent also without the 1-drop, though. And they go tapped, white, Sunken Citadel. I guess we'll get this guy down. Get the haste creature. See if there's a shock. Looks like something. Maybe a shock. Torch the tower. Okay, so potentially control here. Of my limited knowledge so far, I think the... Oh, never mind. I think the highest win rate deck is some kind of Boros... man. Enchantments, I think I read. But that's not what this is. Cool, so Challenger and Target is okay. We're not gonna be able to play that card, but that's alright. We could almost play the mouse next turn. So let's just go here, and I think we get the Rage down. Pump out as much damage as possible. Treat prowess. Hit him for 6. Very aggressive. But our card draw engine is available for targeting here. Let's see if they can kill a 3/3. This card's supposed to be good, right? What does this do? Whenever more creatures you control enter, draw a card. Only once each turn. Comes level 2, create a token that's a copy of target token. Creature you control. Okay, it's not looking that scary. Might of the Meek isn't bad because we have to draw potentially a playable. We could also... 2 double strikes isn't amazing. But it is mana efficient, and we could hit a land. We'll almost certainly hit a playable here. I think we're gonna go with this. Maybe there's a better move. But I guarantee the target. We do hit playable. So I'll get this down here. And hit him for 6. Down to 8. Wouldn't be surprised if they play a sweeper. Is there a 4-mana sweeper in the format? I don't know. Well, it's a 3-mana sweeper. Temporary lockdown. Alright. Nothing in the world. Opponent down to 8. They are drawing an extra card every turn. We get the double mouse going here. Level up to 2, paying a life. Create a token. This one does not expire. Alright, well, we do this then. Offspring. Game is pausing, autopay. Alright, 2 of these bad boys. Double strike is fine. Okay, so we got lightning strike in hand and 2 mice. 2 mouses. Tap land with surveil. And they're drawing lots of cards. Okay. Well, we didn't kill them quick enough. This is the game we were on the draw without a... do we block this? Now we gotta win. Let's see if they keep open mana. I'm feeling like we've lost here. It's a good number of blockers. We can give trample, obviously. Two mana open, more land is not what you want to see. Double strike makes their blocks unprofitable. And we don't have prowess, so we're not going to be able to jam that much damage through anyway. I think it's double strike here. And hope to win next turn. See how they want to block. Block there. Block there, the double strikes, okay. Alright. Land, hold, lightning strike. A lot of land. They gain 3 life, which is fairly critical. And then another 1/1 rabbit. And draw a card. Yeah, it's not looking great. Still possible to win, but it's gotta happen this turn. What would it take? Actually, there's not really a whole lot that would do it. If we had the ability, I guess you could get the 1 mana instant and draw a card if you have a mouse, and you'd have to chain that into something else good, but it might be too late at this point. Yeah, too many card draws. They gotta hit removal at some point, and then we'll just get toasted. Yeah, we take it all. We could zap it, but we're looking to win here. Not stall. The game's only getting worse as we stall, so we have to win this turn or lose, which is okay. We had a slow start and a sweep anyway, so that's game probably, which is fine. Something to be said, I think at some point in the game I had the choice of to deploy the challenger early or later. It might have been useful to keep our only card draw engine around a bit longer, but instead I think I got swept up on turn 3 by the lockdown. Good game. On the draw again, but we do have removal. I think you keep this. Shock Lightning Strike the first 2 creatures. Leyline of the Void. Opening hand, begins on the battlefield. If a card put into opponent's graveyard, exile instead. Don't think that's a big deal for us. See if they take our only creature. That'd be sad. Non-creature, non-land. So maybe Lightning Strike here. Sweet, and we hit a creature anyway. Now, how playable is this card? Is recurring things in the graveyard so big that it's worth putting a 4 mana enchantment that does nothing for the most part, as in doesn't impact the battlefield? My guess is no, but I'd always give me the emotes. That's too many emotes for me. Challenger's good because we're short on land, so if it survives, then next turn we can target it, draw, maybe hit another land. It's also a mouse for the meek. Okay, land would be nice. I think we go Swift Sphere and then target. And if we don't hit land, that's okay. If we do hit land, we can still shock. Alright, that might kill it, but that's okay. Take our triggers, see what happens here. Feels like they have something, but nowhere to run. -3, -3. As if they didn't have hexproof. Oh, that's pretty cool. No land, though. That's too bad. Land would have been huge there. Opponent hits their land, and they have a 3 mana 2/3 with Death Touch. Deals combat... Wait. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, they lose half their life rounded up. Holy moly. When it dies, if it had no counters on it, return to the battlefield tapped under its own... 2 stun counters on it? Holy crap. That is quite the card there. Yeah, seems like just a lightning strike. Don't know if there are too many ways to do that. I'm not sure you can afford to lose half your life. Plus, we want to get through anyway. Tapped with stun counters. Alright. I think we're just shock and face. Not sure if they're going to have a 2 toughness creature that's worth holding on for. Maybe a planeswalker. Yeah, there's a planeswalker. Wishing we would have kept the shock now. Oh, they plus. We lose our last card, and it goes into exile. Haste is nice, but it's not enough to kill Liliana. And unfortunately, I do think we have to do this. Get rid of the -2 option, but this guy is now going to be untapped on their next turn. Liliana, part 2. Lose the Swift Spear, potentially. That's okay. If we hit any target spell and get the Challenger going, that'd be huge. We do. That's massive. Let's see what you got. Do we even hit Liliana here? You don't have to. Is it once per turn? First time each turn. It's also got prowess. I think you just go for it. I think you just go face here. Bring him to 4, let him plus. We have no cards in hand. And try to win next turn. We do have a Menace Trample prowess. So they need a blocker or they need a removal spell. It's a land. So I think we got him then. They plus into nothing. They don't bother to attack, but we have a Menace, so that's game. We'll take our trigger just for fun, but that should be it. Yeah. Menace. Okay. Cool. Mono black. On the play with lots of creatures. Let's keep it. Looks good to me. Envelop your soul. Feels too intimate a name for me. I don't know if I like that. We got the Fibblethib though. I do like that. I might change my avatar to the Fibblethib, if that's how you pronounce that. Opponent takes the mulligan. We get the Swift Spear down. You know, I'm curious if 4 rock face villages is really necessary. It does feel restrictive on casting only creature spells. And there's a lot of non-creature spells in here. It's a 1-mana 1/1 with Ward 2. So we're just not going to target it. And yeah, I like the Challenger here. I think you get it down early while it can still get in. And then try to save the flyers for when there's some big chunky threat we can't get around. It's a bat, flying and lifelink. It's Audacity. Let's see if they go on the aggro. They do. That's fine by me. I mean, we have the land anyway, so we miss out on a prowess trigger, but I think it's worth it. Let's see what there is to see here first. We have a lot of cards in hand. It might be unnecessary to do this. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay playing that. It's a little less mana efficient. Maybe it's unnecessary. Maybe we're just so aggressive here that you just play the 2-mana 2/2 and get in there, but opponent's down to 7. They don't block with the 1/1 lifelink. We'll see if they have more pump spells. That could be interesting for us. And Descending, I think, is a single card. Permanent card put into graveyard from anywhere. What is that? Ethereal Armor. 1-mana enchantment. +1/+1 for each enchantment you control and has first strike. Well, it's pretty big that's not on the lifelinker. Deal damage to target you don't control. Okay. Bite spell. Challenger goes down. Opponent's at 7. They attack, but they leave back the 6/4. If they get in, they'll lose. Yeah, okay. Shock, only so helpful here. What's the next phase? +1 and trample. Draw cards. Okay. So the flyer's good. Probably as good as it gets. The thing is, shock also works here. Then they what? Draw a card? Maybe that's okay. Ah, no, we can't do that. Alright, we'll just go shock face then. Ward 2 prevents the shocking of that, but that's okay. They're going to get in for a lot of damage here. That's 7, brings them down to 1. They're left with the bat. We're at 16. And we have 2 flyers. It's not game yet, though. Another land. 2 mana for the level up. They can make the 1/1 hit for 2 this turn, but they would lose on the crackback with the slick shot. They go for it. Oh, I'm sorry, up to 3. Well, that looks like it does it, though. Here comes a flyer. Attempt to get in there. Good game. All right. On the play with creatures. Pretty good. All right, good game. Through bronze 4, up to bronze 3. On the play with the creature. Looks good to me. Vague Lazy Tangent. I don't know what set this artwork would be from. Is it Bloomburrow? What's up with the technology? Maybe it's Outlaw of Thunder Junction. I could see that. Demir. Okay. Looks like there's some stick here. I think you go for it anyway. Not sure. Is Cut Down still in the format? There must be some 1-mana black removal spell. It is. Turns out Cut Down is still in the format, but we get to bop him for 1. And we'll play another 1-drop. Not a deal. It's another removal spell. We have no creatures left, and we do no damage off that, off Disfigure. Siren, that's interesting. Well, it's not looking great. Swift Spear, I think we save Lightning Strike for, I don't know, some Dimir Pirate. Don't think it's worth wasting on the Siren. Now what? Nothing. Let it go. What else you got? Yeah, 2/4 with Death Touch is not good. It's another land, also not good. We could throw away both cards. If this attacks, most life, draw a card and lose a life. I mean, all of this is awful. Very awful. Perhaps it's game over already. I mean, that's a little bit too much land. It's not good. Definitely not good. Alright, the Explorer. I think it's either +1 or land. Yeah. I think it's basically game. We need something a little bit better than this. And to 15. Another Swift Spear? I just don't think it's enough. Another land, you know. We need to kill the Preacher, but we can't. I'm pretty tempted to just scoop here. I just don't think we can come back from this. 4 toughness ends up being big for our deck. We'll hold on to Lightning Strike still. Mastermind is annoying. They have some amount of pressure here. I mean, if they want to let us draw a card, that'd be great. Another Siren. Yeah, and these things have lifelink, so they just attack back for free anyway. I don't know what we're holding on to Lightning Strike for at this point. We could kill the Siren. We still have to get through the 1/1s. Yeah, I don't think it really matters. I don't think there's much we can do. Double Lightning Strike's interesting. Still not enough damage, and we lose this coming turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think that's game. I don't think there's anything we can do here. We'll scoop. Double removals, double 1-mana removal spells is going to be good. Like, this deck probably beats mono red a decent amount of the time if you can just land. If it has 6 to 8 1-mana removal spells, it's just gonna be good against that. On the draw, we got Lightning Strike. I'll keep this. We got the Ruckus in the house as well. Feels like a very expensive enchantment. It's Azorius Tapland with Surveil. Keep on top, I guess. All right, hit him for 1. Look, top 2 cards, one's your hand, other in the bottom. Is there a 1-mana instant white removal spell that would be played? My guess is no. But I think we just get the mouse down here. I suppose you could think about Temporary Lockdown coming down, since we've seen that in the last control deck as well. But it's got to be a 2-drop, so it's either the Ruckus... Oh, there's... It's either the Ruckus or the mouse. I think you just get the mouse down. Make them show double white. It also feels like they have something here. I don't know what 1-mana spell is being played in this deck at instant speed. We try the mouse here, though. Yeah, it feels like they have something. It could just be full control. I just don't know what they'd run. There's double white. Let's see if we get Temporary Lockdown. Nothing. I mean, we'd love to attempt Might of the Meek, but it's probably not going to go down that well. Okay, so if we put this on the mouse, they kill the mouse. That's definitely it. If we put it on something else, they kill it anyway. We could also just Lightning Strike here instead, without committing to anything. We let first strike go through. They probably want to kill something here, right? Let's see if they let first strike go through. Yeah, I think we just lightning strike face and get the prowess triggers. I don't really want to commit to Might of the Meek yet. I think we already played land for turn, so I don't think we're pressed to hit land. So what's that? Bounce? Non-land permanent. Okay, so they just bounced a creature. That's not so bad. And they took a counter as well. Alright, so that's probably the 1 mana spell they had earlier when they had open mana. It felt like they had stick, I just wasn't sure what they'd play. So bounce is interesting. Chart a course. Oh, are they aggressive? Are they trying to attack every turn? I don't know. Maybe there's some weird Azorius spirits with flyers and... Oh, goodness. Has initial cost, exile 6 cards if you're flying. Each opponent's upkeep, Manifest Dread. Manifest Dread means look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one into the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, the other into your graveyard, turn it face up for its mana cost if it's a creature card. Okay, at least this thing's tapped. So that's interesting. Lightning Strike as well. I think it's Mouse and Meek, on whichever one they don't block, and hope to hit land. Why is Demonic Ruckus playable? Oh, you can plot it for 1? Okay. Alright, let's get in there. See what they want to do. Block there, so we can put the pump on the other one. Because it'll already be a 2/3. Prowess triggers. Draw a card, not a land. Down to 10, opponent's got a 5/5. But they're on the back foot with double Lightning Strike. Wouldn't take that much to get them to 0. We've seen no life gain, but pretty bizarre deck. We should expect more bounces, I suppose. Bounces and counter spells. Top 2 again. Oh, they Manifest Dread again. Alright, well, we don't have, 4 mana for Lightning Strike, even if we wanted to. We probably wouldn't do that through the counter spell anyway. So attack all isn't actually terrible here with Lightning Strike. It's just they also have 3 mana open. So it'll either be the counter... A bounce isn't that bad. Challenger plus the hero isn't terrible either. Also, what is this 1 mana spell? I wonder if they run 4 of that. I think we want to stall a little bit. It's not that we want to stall, I'm just not crazy sure into 3 open mana that we want to go that hard yet. So I think we do this with no attacks. Double Strike is 4 damage. It's not enough to the Oculus. Yeah, it's not this turn. Could have reversed the order there. Could have played just the Challenger and saw if we hit, something playable before we committed to the hero. But I don't think we're attacking this turn. Let's see if they have anything to do with their 3 mana. Prankster. Mill 4 cards, that's it. That's not very scary. The Jin's in here as well, so that's a big threat, and more Oculus. Alright, so they clearly have Elspeth Smite. That's tough too. They run 4 Helping Hands, and maybe just 4 Jins and 4 Oculus, and that's the deck. Bunch of mill. Yeah, that makes sense. They have a counterspell here now. Recommission. Oh, they run 8 recommissions and 8 Jins and plus Oculus. So that's the whole bit. But it's enough to thwart us without too much trouble. So we have very little time. In fact, probably 0 time left. So we have to win. We basically have to win this turn. Or we have to force them to lose some resources this turn. We'll get 1 Lightning Strike through, and the other will get countered. So the only question is, do we try to Ruckus on the Challenger first? Make it a 4/4 with Menace. I mean, the thing is, I think we're okay with double Lightning Strike. Because with all the prowess, that should be enough to kill one of these guys. Let's put double strike here. Okay. We gotta go for it, because they're gonna win next turn. And we hope they block something with the Jin. And even if they counter the first Lightning Strike, we get the second Lightning Strike through. Block there. Great. Alright, that's fantastic. So we need to do at least 1 Lightning Strike before combat to get the Swift Spear triggers. And we'll start with that on the Jin. And if they want to counter it, that's okay. Because we have the second Lightning Strike lined up. Smite you. I don't think there's any incentive to do the second Lightning Strike right now, in case they give any other information. Haste and prowess, but not trample anyway. Oh, 3 damage. Yeah, we'll take the extra prowess trigger. And they're out of white. I was thinking it just exiles it, but that's obviously very strong, so. Now it's got 4 toughness. That's big. I mean, it's the same outcome either way. I guess either way we're dealing 6 to the Djinn, and either way the Swift Spirit dies, so maybe that's not... Let's see how this goes. I guess it'll die here. No, that's nice, that's nice. Alright, so Djinn's down. We keep that Swift Spear, which isn't so bad. Let's see what they got. For 1 blue, they could bounce the Djinn, but it might be too slow for them. Okay, we're in the game. They're down to 7. 1 damage goes face. There'll probably be more recommission type things. Let's see if the Djinn immediately returns. But they're down to 6 this time. And it takes a lot of mana to replay the Djinn, unless if they have one from hand. If they just have another cheap recommission, it's not so bad. Helping Hand, 1 mana. It's an Oculus tapped. I wonder if they have another... Oh, I don't know about that. That seems pretty iffy to me. They do get a 2/2 blocker here, right? Untapped. They get 2 of them. Okay, so I think we target the Challenger with the Ruckus, see what else we can get. Yeah, it's a lot of blockers. Slick Shot. They still have this counterspell in hand. How badly do you want to see? The Flyer is not even that good per se. I think you start here. On the Challenger. See if they want to counter it. We get the triggers regardless. Alright, they bounce it. They have no cards left in hand. Land. Okay. Take the land, obviously. The Flyer doesn't do so much this turn. Double strike here gets us another look, I suppose, from the mouse. Well, let's see if an attack all makes sense or not. So we trigger this again. It's another land, unfortunately. So if we attack all, they eat this. They eat this. They block that. They take 2. They drop to 4. And we lose 2 creatures that are pretty good, including the card draw. They still have a counterspell. I mean, next turn they're going to get 2 more Dreads, which is really bad. But we can't top deck 4 damage anyway. I think we need to top deck something to target the Challenger. And some burn spells. I think we just need to top deck burn spells to win. We need multiple lightning strikes or shocks or whatever it is. I don't think this is it. Alright, well, definitely could lose. But I'm glad the Djinn's gone, because 13, 15, 18 damage a turn is ridiculous. And they're a little bit disincentivized to attack. Let's see how greedy they get. They know we have 1 Flyer. They're going to start attacking on the ground. No blocks. I mean, we need every resource here. They know they'll get 2 more blockers, so they're in the same position as last turn, except they have 1 more Oculus. Manifest Dread. It's kind of a cool deck. Another Djinn in the graveyard. It's an 18-4 down there. Shock. Only so useful. I mean, it would kill one of the Oculuses. And we can put double strike here. Get the trigger. Monstrous Rage. It's actually quite big. I think it's attack all with Monstrous Rage. Let him figure out the placement. Maybe the mouse didn't need to get in there. But they know the Rage is coming. And we have shock for the next turn if we survive. Double block. No, there. There's a Challenger. So it doesn't matter what we target here, except that Slick Shot would be what? 6 damage? It's 6 either way, I think. So I don't think it matters. And we already targeted this. Oh, this is double strike, actually. Hold on. Wait, that's ridiculous. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it goes here for sure. That's huge. Could have a bounce spell. Unless the controller pays 2. Okay, I'll pay 2. Auto pay. It's a 6/4 double strike. 1 Oculus down. Opponent drops to 0. Okay. What's true we get out of that? I don't think they needed to attack with the cards. We're at 20, right? I think they needed to take their time as long as possible Just let the Oculus build up an unbeatable army. Good game. Alright, thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please drop a like, a comment, a subscribe. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.